Back in a former life as a rugby coach, we had a banner up in the gym, which I wrote one season, which was success being delivered away from the field and the little things you did when nobody was watching. And that became a part of the high-performing culture that we created, which was this, we're together certain times during the week, we're training, we have our programs, we have our schedules, we've got our game plan, and we're building a performance together. But what is it that you're doing away from the club, away from the camera? The little things when nobody else is watching, those are the ones that are going to stack up over time and really count. And I came back to it a couple of weeks ago, just when I was hearing some thoughts around sort of self-esteem and self-belief. And in this day and age, just mental health is something that's actually quite close to my family, which is another story. But I'm very aware of we've done a video here before around like being tough on yourself and catching yourself early, being a very healthy and self-loving thing to do, of catching yourself early and then going to, capturing that self-love and then progressing. But I could understand how that could be a dangerous construct for some people when you've got this big philosophy of like low self-esteem. So this success is made in little things, when nobody's watching, pushing yourself away and driving that. We all know that that's the thing that it takes to be successful in any one endeavor. And it just made me think, I feel like we're making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Everybody's looking for a life hack or a success hack, but there isn't any. And that's just a fact. So knowledge is a really powerful thing, but there are no success hacks. Now, how do we piece all this together? So I'm telling you now that success is made in the little things that you do when nobody else is watching. Like, you can pretend to be eating healthy. How many people do you know like this? They turn up for work and they've packed a salad for lunch, and you think, well, how the fuck are you so vastly overweight? And it's the little things that you do when nobody else is watching. Maybe. And then this led me into this concept of self-esteem, self-belief. So to be successful, you've got to have high levels of self-belief. Self-belief. Somebody once said to me, mate, I know you're going to be successful because you're so self-confident. Self-confident, self-belief. Okay. So where's that come from? Now, self-belief, self-esteem, that tracks back one, doesn't it? Like, self-belief is confidence, perceived like, I believe in myself, I'm confident. Self-esteem is maybe more based around care, like, I love myself, do I look after myself, am I being kind to myself? And then I just sort of thought, isn't there like self-respect in the middle here? And self-respect, I think, is maybe the most powerful thing and the thing that maybe we need to go after more. And I'm going to tie this right now back to the little things you do when nobody else is watching. That is what it takes to be successful. And no other fucker knows that apart from you do. And no other fucker is involved in self-respect other than you. So let's look at these two things. It's the little things you do when nobody else is watching. It's on you. And it's self-respect. That's you. And this is where this whole thing is built for me, is around saying I want to be this person, saying I want to lose this weight, I want to make this money, I want to do whatever the hell it is that you're trying to do. And most of us know, in ballpark, the things that we need to stack daily to start moving along that line and moving on the path that we want to. They're the little things that you do when nobody else is watching. And then you either do or don't do these things, and that either increases or decreases self-respect. Now, if we do the thing, we move forward. And self-respect increases because we're going, I said I'd do that, and I do that. Now, I'm somebody who follows through. So my self-respect is growing. Self-respect grows enough, it becomes self-belief. confidence. Now I'm a confident guy, and now I'm going out into the world and I'm making an impact, and people want to get on board with that, and I want to work for him, or I want to partner with him on this project because he's this guy. But you take it away, you don't do the thing that nobody else is watching, and self-respect drops, and now all of a sudden we've got this underlying problem where, I don't know, does that date all the way back to sort of, is this now a self-esteem issue? And did the self-esteem issue come because you were letting yourself down? You stopped respecting yourself because you weren't following through on the thing that you were going to do? I don't know. It's an interesting one. I think I don't have any of the answers. I did just for clarification around this mental health scenario. My brother killed himself, hung himself from my banister when I was 15 years old, and I found the guy. So the reason I'm saying this to you is, this is not an over-opinionated version of, hey, mental health and self-esteem's easy, go do this thing. And like, I've not struggled with that. And obviously my dear brother did, and that's tough, and loads of lessons in there. So it's not that I don't have a huge amount of empathy for the situation. This is an exploration. There are no answers in this video. This is an exploration of that situation, or of this situation of, could it be that actually self-esteem is the bottom level here? What we need to be doing to look after our self-esteem is build self-respect just on ourselves, that we're working on ourselves and we start to respect ourselves, and then through that process becomes self-belief. And all that you've got on this side is your actions, your activities, doing the things you said you were going to do when you said you were going to do them. Do you respect the people in your life that say they're going to do a thing and they don't do a thing? Like, no, like that, you don't. Over time, somebody lets you down consistently, you don't respect them. But it's you saying that you're going to do what you said you were going to do for you. And if you back that up and you start to build this mental traction that I am somebody that delivers, we gain self-respect and off we go. I don't know. I think there's something in that.